Hello everyone, welcome to Clever Director Python series. I am Manan Thakkar and today in this video we are going to talk about data types in Python programming language. Along with this data type we are going to also talk about various type of data types available in Python programming language, and as a part of that data types we are going to talk about string type in today's video. Now, first of all, let me just begin with concept of variable, which we have already discussed. We know that purpose of variable is just to hold any kind of value pointed or stored at specific memory location. So can we say, let's say a is a variable holding value 10. Now, let me take one more variable, let's say b is holding value, let's say clever. Let me take one more variable, let's say C is holding value, let's say 10.3, 10.2. Fine. Now, if I execute all these three statements, and if we observe this variable explorer, then look at this. A become of type integer. B is of type string. C is a variable of type float. So understand, whatever we have seen, this integer, string, float, all are fundamental types assigned to particular variable. But first of all, if we want to check it out, type of a particular variable in Python programming language, then we can write it down print type. Print a type of, let's say, A. If I now execute, look at this. It shows A is of type integer class, let's say. If I again execute, let's say type of B, then look at this. It shows it is of type string. Same way, if I execute with C, then it shows C is of type float. Now, one more thing. As we have seen, B is of type string type having value clever. Now, if I again execute B equals to, let's say, 15, and look at this, value assigned to B become 15 and variable type also become which? Integer. So from this, can we conclude variable in Python programming language is of dynamic type? Means data type of variable is dynamically assigned based upon value associated with that variable. Now understand, in case of Python programming language, data type can be classified in one of six categories, and that six fundamental categories are: very first, numeric; second one, string; third one, list; fourth one, tuple; fifth, dictionary; and sixth one, that is set. Understand again: numeric, string, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So all these six types we are going to focus in our today's as well as in upcoming videos. So let me just begin today's video or today's session with very first type, let's say that is string. Now, whenever we talk about string, understand one fundamental thing. We can declare string by assigning set of character, or we can say collection of character, either enclosed between single quotes or either enclosed between double quotes. Look at this. This time I am taking, let's say, director. Again, type of A become which? Let's say string. So can we say, in case of Python programming language, if we want to create string, then we can assign or we can enclose that string in between single double quotes as well as in between double quotes. Right? Now, second thing, just observe what is string. So string is ultimately collection of characters. String is ultimately what? Collection of characters. You can say string is ultimately collection of alphanumeric values enclosed in quotation mark. Now one more thing. String start at index 0. String start at index 0. So if I say position of C, so can we say position of C in our case, that is 0th location, L at first location, E at second location, V third, likewise, right? One more thing, if we start checking out index of our string instead of left to right, if I check it out from right to left this time onward, then we need to understand R reside at location -1. E is available at location -2. Let's just check it out, same thing. Let me just have a print. If we want to display any particular character, right? So I can write it down, let's say B, let's say at position 0. So can I say B of 0? Look at this. It shows C. So this is good enough to justify, yes, it start from index. Which index? 0th index. Same way, if I modify same thing, right, and try to display at index first, look at this. So at index first, L is there. Likewise. Now, if I check it out with index -1, look at this. As I said, if we want to move from right to left, so index start from -1, -2 onwards. If we want to move from left to right, so index start from 0, 1, 2. Likewise. Look at this. Same way, if I check it out with -2, right? So R, E, likewise. All right. Now, one more thing, look at this. If I want to display everything, means entire string, so we have two things. Either we can display entire string something like this also. Let's say print B. If I execute, so entire clever get displayed. One more thing. If I display the way I display, let's say 0, so we know that only single character will get displayed. If we want to display multiple characters at a time, so what we supposed to do? Let's say this is starting index, colon, followed by that we need to specify. If ending index is, let's say 2, so we need to specify 2 plus 1. So can we say we need to specify 3? So if I want to display 0, 1, 2, right? So I need to display 0 colon 3, means 3 minus 1 up to 2. Look at this. CLE, 3 character get displayed as a output. Same way, if I do not specify any index, so by default, initial index will become 0. Ending index will become its last index, means up to its length. Now if I execute, look at this, entire clever get displayed. One more thing, if I just specify 2, so starting from 0, ending index will become itself length index, means its last index, and this indicates its incrementing parameter. So starting from 0, then incremented by 2, so L will not get displayed, it directly going to display what? E. Then again V not get displayed, it will display E, something like this. Just observe, right? Now if we are interested to display everything in reverse order, so what we supposed to do? We need to keep decrementing that index. So look at this. Can we say if I execute with a updation parameter as -1, so look at this, it shows my string in a reverse direction, right? I hope it should be clear to you. Now if I want to display print length of my string, str, so string is in my variable, let's say b dot, can I say b dot, let's say if I want to display len, so can I say len of, let's say b. Look at this, fine, 6. Look at this, total how many characters are there? 6. So if we want to display total number of character in a string, so I need to display something like this, len of b. All right, one more thing, if we want to display, let's say index of e, right? If we want to display index of e, so we have one more inbuilt function, namely find. Look at this, can I say print b dot let's say find. What I want to find? Let's say I want to find index of, let's say e. All right, observe, starting from 0. So 0, 1, and this index is 2. But if we are thinking to find index of this E, then what will be the situation? Understand? Let me do something like this. Whatever index is there, let me store that index inside one variable. Let's say b dot find index E. So we know that M is holding index of very first E, that is 2. But if I want to display very next is index, so what I supposed to do? I need to start scanning my string from this E afterwards, right? Otherwise, if I display index of E, so by default it will take very first is index. But if I want to check index of very next E, so I want to scan my string from this E afterwards. So can we say I want to scan my string from third index onwards? So if I want to scan my string from third index onward, so I need to specify that starting index here, something like this. Look at this. If I execute, okay, I forgot to execute this thing. Look at this. Okay. Now if I execute something like this, all right, look at this. So what it shows, right? It shows index of, let me just have one more variable, n equals to. All right, so what we supposed to do? Look at this. Here we have identified index of very first E. That is, let's say, in our case, that is 2. Now, if we want to find it out, so b dot find E, but we want to find it out E followed by this m plus, starting from this m plus 1 index onwards, right? So can I say, fine. Now, let me just print it out value of n, let's say. All right, look at this. Index of n is 4. So can we say 0 to 4 means fifth character? So look at this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So total fifth character is E. Fine. So this is how we can identify very next index of our particular character also. Fine. Let me take one more string, let's say C equals to, let's say this time, flavor. Right? Flavor. Now, what should I do? Print, let's say, C dot. Okay, lower, let's say. Now, let me just execute this first. Look at this. Initially, everything is in uppercase letter. If I execute something like this, so what is the situation we have observed? That become lowercase, right? Now, same way, if I take D equals to, let's say something like this, flavor, and if we want to convert it into uppercase also, so can I say d dot, right, upper, d dot upper. These are the basic functions we can say we can utilize while working with string. All right, look at this. If we want to check it out whether particular string is in uppercase or lowercase, so can I say I need one more function. Function name is upper. If it is uppercase, then function will return boolean value either true or false. So look at this. I need to write it down. C dot is, let's say, upper. C dot is upper. Fine. All right. Look at this. It shows true. Same way, if I just try to display print C dot is lower, right? So it is going to show, let's say, false because everything is in uppercase letter. Fine. Right, so I hope you have understood basic operation related to a string, that is, let's say, find operation, finding out length to convert it into uppercase lowercase letter, indexing, slice operation, right? This is what we can call it as a slice operation, whatever we have seen. Let's say again, if I execute something like this, let's say b equals to flavor, right, and whatever we are writing with the help of something like this, right, so it is for the purpose of slicing related operation. Let's say starting from 2 colon, let's say 5, right? So starting from 0 1 2 2 3 4, so eve is going to be our output. right? I hope string related fundamental concept and all basic thing should be clear to you, right? If you have any query related to this string and basic operation related to string, then please specify in my comment section. Thank you for joining me. Have a good day.